Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Saturdays stream. I am Alex Flores, aka Kamisazi, joining you from the Metaverse. How's your weekend going, everybody? I see we've got Not Jackie Chan in the chat over on YouTube. How's it going, Not Jackie Chan? We've got Yeoman21, Play Game for Fun, Mosquito, Jazz Wolf, Hoddle Hill, Andy Graga, Tom Voxel over on Twitch. How's everybody doing this Saturday? So today is the Retro Game Jam Awards. We are going to be playing through some of the winning games. We might be able to get through all the top 10. I'm not sure. Some of them are pretty short. Some of them are also pretty difficult. So we're going to see how much we can go through in the next 2 hours. We are doing kind of a special giveaway today. So this marks what might be my last official stream with the Sandbox. Not the last time I'm streaming Sandbox stuff. I'm still very much doing the Wizzy stuff, but that's going to be over on my own channel. So to kind of celebrate, gosh, I've been doing this since early 2020. So that's, what, 6 years? Wait, how's the math of that work? All of 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 years and some change. Six years. Just about 6 years. We've been doing these Wizzy Avatar, or the Wizzy the Blue NPC, other NPCs, Wizzy Hat giveaways for basically all the time since I've been able to mint my own stuff. So I've got I think I have 30 orange hats left. Something like that. I have 38 orange hats left. So first come, first served. If you don't already have an orange, fill out the form no matter what. I'm about to paste it in the chat. But first come, first serve. If you don't already have an orange hat, I'm sending you an orange hat. This will be the last stream where I'm giving away the orange hats. So that form just dropped in the chat. So make sure you get your wallet in there. If I don't see one, if I don't see that you already have an orange hat, I'm going to send you one. If you do already have an orange hat, that's okay. Fill out the form anyway, because the giveaway today is actually a Wizzy avatar. So let's go ahead and mint one. Is my wallet already unlocked here? Should be. One second, let me. What? That's not right. There we go. So we're gonna mint one. I think it's just being a little bit slow right now. Maybe we'll give away 2. I don't know. It showed up when I did 2. All right. Well, technical difficulties, of course. I just wanted to get a fresh one in there. I guess we'll try minting it later and see what happens. Blue Tulip says, I'll fill form for blue hat. Already have an orange. I don't think I have any blue hats to give away. I don't have any blue hats. I mean, I have this hat. That's not the same thing. I don't have any blue hats left. I gave them all away. I think it's having a hard time like checking the sand value. Maybe. It flashed it for like a second, the correct thing. Maybe if I I'm sorry, Jazzwolf and Tom Voxel. I don't have any to send you. But there'll be other hats. Oh, there seems to be an issue connecting to Polygon. Is Polygon down right now? It says all systems operational. But MetaMask is also saying that it's having an issue. Unable to check Polygon, check network connectivity, or update RPC. Did the URL change? Well, maybe it's okay now. I think it's not the website. I think it's MetaMask having an issue. Hey, Ixer, how's it going? There we go. Okay, so maybe now it'll work. Hey, Ian the IT guy, how's it going? There's also like a hidden giveaway on today's stream. I have 5 other things, and if you can figure out what it is, then we'll do it. It's the math's not mathing, and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Quick. Click the button before it changes. Ah! I'm gonna ping Lambdoff and see if he can figure out what's going on. Okay, we'll see if we can get it. Hey, okay, Jazzwolf. Jazzwolf knows what's up. Jazzwolf, do you want a Lucas or an Alex? I didn't discuss this with Lucas before. I feel like I should have. Because I've got some stuff. So I've got A 2029, and then I've got 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm keeping 10. Good morning from Vancouver. Hey, the John Crow. How's it going? I have asked Lucas now, but I only thought about this like 2 minutes before streaming. So we'll see if we'll see what he says. He's gonna say yes. But you can have this one, Jazzwolf. All right. So let's see, how's that form going? All right, I'm seeing some responses. Make sure you fill out the form, whether you have an orange hat or not, because once I get it working, we're gonna mint a fresh Wizzy off here and give him away. And hopefully Lambduff gets back to me. All right, in the meantime, we've got the Retro Game Jam to cover. Let's see. So the idea for this one was rediscovering the charm and simplicity of a bygone era. Think back to when creativity mattered more than technology and challenge was part of the fun. Will you create a game inspired by the golden era of arcades, a modern twist on a classic mechanic, or a nostalgic journey spanning modern history? Think stylized environments that pay tribute to retro art, music, or user interface design. The choice is yours. Power up your ideas and press start for the Retro Game Jam. So prizes for this, 2 different forms. There's the 50,000 sand prize pool plus Catalyst pack for best ranked experiences, and then 100,000 sand plus 10 lands distributed among 10 experiences that are selected for next alpha season. Is it still an alpha season, or is it just next season? Because we're not in alpha or beta anymore for Game Maker. Please note that rewards are cumulative. So if you are a winner who's both top ranked and selected for the next season, you do get both prizes. Prize pool. This feels really zoomed out. No, I guess it's the right size. It just looks really tiny. First place prize is 10,000 sand and a gold catalyst pack. Second place is 8,000 sand and a silver catalyst pack. Third place, 5,000 and silver catalyst pack. Fourth place, 4,000 sand and silver catalyst pack. Fifth place, 3,000 sand and silver catalyst pack. 6th through 10th place, 2,000 sand plus a bronze catalyst pack. Honorable mentions each get 1,000 sand up to 10 winners. I believe we have 7 honorable mentions in this one. Package for selected experiences. Oh, you know what? Before it gets too late, I don't have the Twitch chat up to see when we've got ads coming in. So let me grab that real quick. There we go. I don't want to be saying all this and then nobody be able to hear who the winners are. All right. So package for selected experiences, a slot for the game in one of our next alpha seasons, 10,000 sand contract and a 1x1 land. So that's flat for all of them because it's not ranked. All right. So that is that. Let's go ahead and list off the honorable mentions while I get the Game Maker open here. All right. So, our results for the honorable mentions. I'm going to show them on screen. I'm not going to launch them. If I can find them all. So, honorable mentions, no particular order here. We've got Color Shifter by Happy Gamer 22. Vector Monster by Greater Work Studio. Tough Driving by, I feel like I'm going to say it wrong, Tamachans. Missy Missile by Jester's Animation. Let's see, where's the next one? Click 'em Knock 'em by Andy Garaga. Difficulty of scrolling through it like this is I have to scan through them and try to see if I remember what the thumbnail looks like. We're still doing the honorable mentions right now. I just can't find this one. Oh, here it is. Second Chance by Life Made Me. And our last honorable mention was Keybreaker Kaiju Override by Ima Nobita. So congratulations to all of our honorable mentions there. Yeah, I might play a couple of the honorable mentions because some of these I really enjoyed as well. Or at least want to, kind of showcase what was cool about them. All right. Hey, Metaverse Street Journal, how's it going? Hello, Byverson. I did see your message the other day, but I was too busy to get to it, so I will check out what you sent me the other day, this weekend. No more video awards. Nope, Marshall did not. I did not get assigned to make videos for the past couple jams. So I think we're done with those. I did enjoy making them, but they do take a lot of time to make. Would be cool if the gallery could have smaller thumbnail options to allow for more games to show on the screen. That would be pretty cool. Although I did notice, I kind of figured this out accidentally. You can also use the scroll wheel to go through all of them, so you don't have to be tapping on the numbers, which I find easier. And it goes one row at a time for each click on my mouse wheel, so it's kind of easy to just scroll and like scan, and I don't have to worry about the pages. Congrats, Sacer Alican and Ixura Jazzwolf. Yes, congratulations. Let's see. We do have an ad starting in 3 minutes. Do I want to try? I think we'll wait till after the ad to start our 10th place game here. And I think we'll go 10th through 1st in order, descending and playing them as we go. I think all of these are short enough that I can do that for the most part. Let's see. Let me see if I can mint that Wizzy. Make sure you're filling out that form if you want a chance for a Wizzy avatar and an orange hat if you don't already have one. Dropped that in the chat again. I see I've got a bunch more viewers than people who have put their names into the form, so I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed to get something if you don't already have an orange hat. Let's see. Where is the tab? Here it is. Let's see. Oh, okay. Failed. Let's try refreshing. And make sure that my wallet is still unlocked. Yep, it is. Okay. I see, it said the price and then it went away. And I don't know why it's doing that. It wasn't doing that before. I don't like it when things change. I like it when they stay working forever. Oh, the button's back. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot. All right, just letting him know what's going on there. Hopefully we get that sorted. So we've got this ad starting in a minute, but I think I'm going to show you quickly some of what was really cool. We're not going to play them all the way through, but I just want to show what was cool in each of these honorable mentions. So color shifter. This is Happy Gamer 22. Jazzwolf, I'm honestly kind of surprised that nobody else has said it. We'll let him figure it out. All right. So, color shifter, we got this nice little arcade layout here. And then the game sort of plays out as like its own tutorial. We can the robot gives us all the instructions. Oh hey, Crip and Garnican. Okay, I see what's up. Let me record your names here. All right, I do have to confirm with Lucas. But it's a high likelihood he'll say yes. So he gave us all the instructions. Okay, Tom Boxel. Now they're figuring it out. So we get these three portals here, and each portal gives us a different power up. So I did feel like it was a little complicated in like that you only have so many opportunities to use the power up. It adds like a bit of challenge, but oh, whoops. My depth perception was off. I thought I was running on the red rock. I was actually running on the lava. And failing to grab the edge of that block. So you only have so many chances to cast your spell, if you will. But it's not too hard. So each of these stages kind of is like a tutorial, while also being a level, which was kind of a neat self-contained way to do the tutorial. And then we get to experience all of them together. So after this, there's a level where you see all three portals converge, and you get to use all the power-ups at once, which was a neat touch. Lori G says, I thought I went to the first person in the chat to say Spoin. Oh. Yeah, well, no. I mean, there I have 5 of them. So Lori G is in there now. I believe that's all 5. Yeah. So Jazz Wolf, Crip, Garnikin, Tom, and Lori, you each will be getting sent a Spoin. The last 4 of you, as long as Lucas says yes. I bet Lucas is gonna say yes. He usually is like, yeah, let's do it. So we'll see. If he says no, then I'll send you something else. But it's not like Lucas. All right. So let's check out these other honorable mentions here. Vector Monster was absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed the graphics in Vector Monster. It's designed to look like the old Vector games, and I think it really pulled off the look. It was a little bit too unforgiving, which I know, like, yes, retro arcade games are supposed to be challenging, but it felt like sometimes I didn't really know what it was trying to get me to do. You know, I never tried playing as a different character. We can be a bug. I did as a we can be a moth. Okay. So even playing on easy, like the first couple levels are pretty easy, but there was some oddities, like I was getting damage from my own jumping. But we can eat people. See, they run away from us, but we can eat them. They're really teeny tiny. They're kind of hard to see. I'd maybe make them a different color, like make them white or something, so that way they stand out. And then we can wreck all the buildings. Charged attack is a little bit more effective in leveling buildings. It's just a little bit faster. We can knock over the trees. That's always fun. And then we can destroy landmarks. And I just love the presentation. Don't like that the text was flashing at the start. Yeah, that would probably be something that I would avoid doing for modern sensibilities, although it does feel like that was more of a thing back in the early arcade days. Wait, are we evolving? We're metamorphosizing. So yeah, you see, I take 10 points of damage, or 5 points of damage every time I jump, which I don't think that was intentional, because our jump can be an attack against things. And I think it's accidentally hurting us. So that makes the game a little bit tougher when your attack hurts yourself. Also, soldiers can kind of do a surprising amount of damage pretty quickly. But in general, I really enjoyed everything about this until water got involved, and then you can take damage in water, and you have to like shoot boats, and it was very difficult to aim. So I think there's just a few things that I would maybe balance mechanically, but overall, love this. And yeah, there are some Star Wars knockoff items, which is always kind of something to be concerned about. I mean, it's difficult for the Sandbox to support like licensing something for like a season if we're a moth. We're actually a moth. This is I didn't play it as a moth. I only played it as a T-Rex. So I actually really like the moth model. So we do get plenty of credits, lives, if you will. But Yeah, so we take damage pretty fast. And this is something that I think a lot of games. Oh, and I just fell in the water because I didn't notice it was water. Something that I think a lot of the games in this jam in particular suffered from was using left click for attacks. I know that left click is what people are expecting in shooters and stuff like that. But because single player games, it makes you stop running. It feels a lot more natural to use middle click. All right, eliminating tanks. So anyway, this was absolutely a joy to play, except for the parts where it felt like the game was being kind of unfair, like taking damage when you jump. And I wasn't a huge fan of this beam attack that we have. I think I'd like it better if it was middle click, so that way I could navigate while shooting. Otherwise, you're just standing still to take damage. All right, so let's move on to tough driving. Now, tough driving, I think, has a lot of potential. There are some specific things, and I actually, was I assigned feedback on tough driving? I don't remember. I haven't finished writing the feedback for everything yet. I think I was. Yeah, I'm assigned. So I'm going to be sending written feedback for half of the games. Same thing that happened last jam. Tough driving. I'm glad that it's one of the ones that I'm on because I feel like the core of the game is excellent. It's simple and straightforward and kind of a classic game that a lot of people have made, but I think it works well. There's just some specific like quality of life things that I would change on it. And so I'm glad it got the honorable mention on this. Hey Hoddle, all the spoins have been claimed. We were spoining, yes. So whoop, the game had already started. I wasn't looking at the screen. So you got to collect these flags. I would say that a fixed camera would work better for this game because we really only need to look forward. We don't need to be looking left and right. I mean, maybe it does. It can help your turn, I guess. But I think really this game only needs WASD and having the mouse control the camera is more distracting than anything else. I would do a few different things with like the interface. I think you could definitely have a dashboard view, so it like looks like you see the windshield and everything. You could maybe do different vehicle selections, so maybe you have like a motorcycle layout, or like different vehicle dashboards that you could unlock. One interesting thing is that none of the vehicles, if we're referencing the car wrecks and the fences and stuff on the road, none of the cars themselves are actually moving. So these red and blue cars, I would maybe put them on a secondary. I'm guessing these are all moving objects that are like sliding towards me, and that us as a character, we're not actually moving. I got trapped. So I would maybe add a secondary plane of movement to them, where they're maybe not moving towards us as fast, and have the other objects move faster. So like the barbed wire should be coming at us really fast, whereas these other the vehicles should kind of be approaching us more slowly, and maybe vary that so we have a little more variety. Vary the variety here. So that way we see kind of that they're also moving forwards. Maybe even have a 2-lane road and have the other side have the vehicles coming at us. So I think there's a lot more that could be done here. That would be really cool, and make this a more replayable and interesting experience. Along with that user interface, add in a radio. Let you change the music as you're playing. Gosh, I have like so many ideas that I think would be fun for this. I actually kind of want to just make this game, but I don't want to take somebody else's work here. So I don't remember the name of who made this off the top of my head. This was oh, I clicked away from the results sheet. Tama-chan's. So yeah. Anyway, I think there's more that could be done here, and like maybe like power ups and stuff. We do see like the health up, but maybe things that could potentially adjust the speed or do other gameplay mechanic changes to this. The game does get more challenging as you go on. As you go through more, as your score gets higher, your level goes up, and you'll see more objects dropping on the map. So anyway, this is a game that I've played many times before in different formats, whether it was like a Flash game on dial-up back in like the 90s, or maybe if it was in the 90s, it might not have been Flash, but I'm trying to remember when Flash actually came out. But you know what I mean. Maybe it was a Java game. I've played like LCD, like top-down view games of this, the little junky LCD things that were a sad poor man's Game Boy, basically. Lucas is right. Hey, Lucas, how's it going? What does Lucas say? Lucas says, go for it. And Lucas, I will keep on streaming on my own channel, but this is at least for now the last official Sandbox live stream. You know, that may change in the future, but it's the last one scheduled for this year. So welcome everybody. This is our like closing party, if you will. We're doing lots of extra giveaways. Make sure you fill out that giveaway form. Jazzwolf, would you mind linking in the chat the form again? We're going to give away orange hats to everybody in the form who does not already have an orange hat until I have no more left. First come, first served. And yes, last stream for 2026, as far as I know. For me at least. Yeah, no more scheduled streams. So yeah, this I don't know the exact number, but I have between 450 and 500 streams that I've been in, about. And that would be over 1,000 hours of streaming. And I just realized I have no health bar, so I can just crash through everything. I was wondering why it was like why I wasn't dead yet. This is a bug in the Game Maker that doesn't happen in the game client, where if you hit replay or play again, you don't have a health bar. So if you're ever struggling with a game in the Game Maker, just restart the game without going back to the gallery. Just hit play again, and then you can crush through everything, which is kind of crazy. Can you protest against this? So honestly, I don't think I was supposed to tell you. But I kind of had the thought of, what are they going to do? Cancel my show? So, I don't think, protesting will help, my case. It's a budgetary matter. And, you know, I would, hope that, you know, if the Sandbox is in a position to start streaming again, that maybe they'd call me up. That'd be nice. But I am gonna take this opportunity to do more streaming on my own channel. We'll still play Sandbox stuff, we'll still do Wizzyverse stuff, but we'll do other stuff too. So there'll be variety there, and so if you want to keep supporting me streaming, best way to do that is going to be to follow and watch me over on my own Twitch at Kamisazi. You've got the link in the title. So Lucas, are you puking? What are you doing, Lucas? But yeah, go follow my channel and subscribe if you want. You know, cheer with bits, whatever you want to do. I always appreciate the support. Actually, honestly, the best thing you do is mint a Wizzy. That's the best thing you do. But you know, we have to make sure that the minting's working. Speaking of which, let's see if we can get that Mizzy Winted. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to make a new. Let's get a Mizzy Winted. Can you tell I haven't had enough caffeine today because I'm mixing up words again? Let's hit refresh and see if it decides to cooperate now. Lucas loves Alex. That's what Lucas is doing. Aw, thank you, Lucas. So I am checking in with Lambdoff to see if he has any response for me. Try clearing the cache and refresh. I did try clearing the cache earlier, I think. I did cookies and site data, right? Done. Reload. Do. See, it looks correct at first, and then it does that. All right, so Lambdoff is looking into it. Let's move on to our next honorable mention here. End of an era, yeah. I spent well over 1,000 hours streaming for the Sandbox. We're gonna keep on streaming, just at a new home. Same's happening for you, Jazz Wolf. Okay, good to know it's not just me.
Ain't no party like a Panda Pops party, like a Panda Pops party. Whoop whoop.
Thank you, Red Lily Rose. Let's see. Our next honorable mention is Missy Missile. This one, I love this one, and I hate this one. It's the same way that people feel about like Battletoads. This game is visually stunning, and it's also a little bit too overwhelming to play. So we're gonna skip the intro here. It's kind of it's a bit Metroid, a bit Battletoads.
Sandbox scene 1, take 4, and action.
Thank you. So we get this missile launcher, we can shoot. So we're a bit like Samus here. We can also do regular attacks, which are a little bit easier to aim. It's 2.5D. I would say one of the things that I always have said about 2.5D platformers is I love when I think I was pressing the wrong button. That's what I meant to be doing. One of the things I love in 2.5D platformers is when you layer up the levels, so that way you get a lot of front to back stuff going on. And I don't remember, was there something I have to do to unlock the door? Do I have to just shoot at him? Maybe I blow up the other stuff? This door is supposed to open up, but I don't know what I missed. But I would say in this, it's a little bit, there's a little bit too much going on that it can make it confusing what the what you're actually supposed to be doing to get out of here. I don't remember getting stuck here before. Oh, okay. We just have to try attacking him. I think I accidentally, I think like a bomb launched at him and it opened the door automatically last time. So we got this 2.5D platforming, and just the use of color is great. You've got the little text effects when things blow up. You've got so much going on, which looks really cool, but also there's a lot of foreground elements that can sometimes kind of obscure your view. That makes it tougher to tell where you're going. So I think a little bit more clarity would help in this game in particular. And oh, like a little rodent is chasing me around. And then, so stuff like that, like I couldn't see that there was, there's just a very thin line of the toxic water here. So it's easy to miss that just because there's other stuff going on. Red Lily Rose redeemed 15 common cats. Awesome. I will make sure that that Panda checks in on the numbers on, and see, I couldn't see where the edge of the water was, and I touched it accidentally. Can I jump up on these? I can. Here we go. Oh. In many cases, if you load one game right after the other, you get a weird issue where all the quests get activated right at the start for some reason. Was that for this game or for games in general? I don't think I've encountered that one before. At least not knowingly. It might have happened on a game that like didn't have a lot of experiences. And yeah, it's parallax is the word for all that stuff going on in the foreground, in the background, which looks awesome. And I'm just spending all my lives running into the toxic goo here, accidentally. I'm not trying to. I just can't. I can't see where the edge is. So we're just gonna very carefully try to line up the shadow here, and I did that again. I didn't get stuck here so bad last time. Did I just go that way? There we go. Hey, I made it past. now I need to not die elsewhere. Then I did. So I did actually beat the game. I don't think I'm going to because I have one life left. This one's pretty long, actually. It feels a bit like Sonic levels. There's just like a lot of space going on, and I get a game over. Yeah. So now I know what a game over looks like because I beat the game last time. Anyway, I think there's a lot of good stuff going on here. I would just maybe, if it's possible, use a some sort of like visual fog or something in between the level layers to kind of more obscure the backgrounds, and have a little bit less going on in the foreground that obscures where the platforms are. So it's mostly just like a level decoration issue more so than like a level design issue. There's just a little bit too much of stuff around to see where you're going. But I thought it was a really good platformer other than that. And when not talking to an audience, I was paying better attention to how I was playing. Let's see. Click 'em Knock 'em by Andy Graga. It's our next honorable mention here. Let's see. So this one's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Lucas, if you're still watching, you get to upgrade all the body parts of your robot. This game, unfortunately, was very easy to cheese through. It has kind of a Pokemon setup, which I enjoyed. So we get our robot. We're at home. Our parents are like congratulating us and stuff. And then we've got, I would love to see this whole city laid out with more to do. So I'd say if you have time to keep on working on this, Andy Graga, like, give us more stuff. Like, expand this world so it's more than just these 3 buildings. Or 4, technically. There's nothing to do back at the house once we leave there. So we go to the arcade, and our best friend gives us a tutorial. You spend most of your time in here doing these fights. And then it is spam clicking. So I'd say the other issue that most of these games had is the need to spam click. I by the time I was done with all 50 or so games that were in this jam, I definitely was having some trigger finger, and not feeling so hot. Honestly, I never tried defending. I by the time I got, I think I took a break for dinner while playing this game, and when I came back, I actually forgot that I could hold right to defend. I never even bothered with defense. I just was like all attack. So the thing that can get kind of tedious in this one is that we've only got 3 players. Like, once we beat our friend, we got 3rd place, 2nd place, and 1st place. We can't fight 2nd place until we beat 3rd place, and we can't fight 1st place until we beat 2nd place. So we just keep on playing against this guy again and losing over and over and over again. And you get a consolation half of the points prize if you lose. So really the way to play through the game is to challenge him, go up here, then like just let it play out. You can like watch a movie, you can go get something to eat, you just like let the fight happen without you. And then you do it over and over again until you have enough money to get enough upgrades that you can then go to 2nd place and repeat the same thing. Just keep on losing the fights over and over again. So that's where, like, mechanically, the game is too challenging if you want to play it, but if you don't engage with the game, it's really easy, which is, it puts in kind of this weird in-between spot. I did think it was really cool how we can upgrade our character. So we talked to Winry over here, and we can try to upgrade some stuff. So let's see, I've got 20 coins. Actually, I don't know if I can upgrade anything yet. I'll have to upload first. So we see our robot here. Oh, this, our first upgrade's free, I remember. I always upgraded attack first because I don't defend. And we see the color change on the robots for each of these. So let's upgrade our attack. Maybe that's... I think she gives us one for free, right? Freebie, this one. I knew one of them was free. So you could, if you could see, the head changed from orange to silver. And then they go to, like, I think it's like green, purple. There might be a blue in there. I don't remember all the colors, but each level has a different color associated with it. And when we go back to what am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm supposed to upgrade both of them. When we go back to the arcade, it loads in showing what we had, which I thought was really neat. John Crow says, good luck with the top 10, everyone. Thank you, John Crow. Um. So, John Crow, I do want to, before you go, I do want to say you are in the top 10, so congratulations. I guess you'll have to come back and figure out where you placed. A little bit of spoiler there. I'm not going to say where you placed, but you are in the top 10. So congratulations. Hope you have a good appointment, and thank you for all the years of watching. So we'll see you some other time. All right. So anyway, that's all. I think like the systems are really cool. I would just say we needed to make it not spam clicking. I would much rather this be an auto battler where all I do is do like the charged attacks, because between the left click being an attack that makes me slow down in a lot of games, and then other games making me spam click for everything, my wrist and my fingers were just so tired from this jam. There was just a lot of physical exertion in the amount of clicking that in other games you would just like hold click, or spam a keyboard button instead of a mouse button, because the keyboard button you can like move your whole arm, whereas with a mouse click, I mean, you can, but it doesn't, it's not the same. Especially if you have to move the mouse around. So anyway, you go through all these fights, and yes, we have an ability now, which we're still gonna lose poorly to this guy, but we charge up our energy, and then we can do a special attack. And is he not attacking us? I think something broke, because he's not attacking us. He should be attacking us. Oh, it's because it's still like tutorial. So then we get our charged attack. So I think just having more characters to fight, more places to visit, and kind of changing some of the attack mechanics to not be this repetitive where I'm just like holding my mouse and clicking as fast as I can, would be good. Maybe we don't lose this fight. No, we do lose this fight, because I had to fight the third guy over and over again. Ooh. I hit the escape key instead of 1. Or is this still our friend? Did we not challenge the guy, the third guy? I'm trying to remember now. I was too busy talking and not like watching what I was doing. Hey, Andy Graga, thanks for watching. And yeah, I really like the setup with this, and the cool unique things that you did. Okay, that was our friend. I thought I had challenged this guy. So yeah, more people to fight. Maybe auto battle instead of having to click, because I really just wanted to be clicking like 1, 2, and 3 to do the specials, and some balancing stuff. But I think the core of like what you've set up here, like you've essentially got your game engine, and I can tell because the way that we can challenge third, second, and first place over and over again, that you've got a really smart system set up the way it loads things in. These aren't one-time battles. You didn't like hard code everything where it's like this is the story that you go through and that's it. Like you really set up an engine where you can replay and expand on this, and I would love to see you do that. Have more arcades, gyms, if you will, have a bigger world to explore. I liked the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't played it, but I did like what you did with the ending. I was disappointed that we didn't do the final fight though. I was like, oh, that's a nice twist, but then the game was done. So I was like, I wanted to actually like compete in here and see how that would go. All right, moving on to Second Chance by Life Made Me. This game, once I understood it, was a little bit too easy, I think. I'm not sure how to make it more challenging in a way that would be fun. Um, it's a fun little puzzle game, and I think it's infinite. I didn't. I'm trying to remember how many levels I went through. I went through at least 20 levels. Um, and you can just keep playing over and over again. So I think it needs some more mechanics to really flesh it out. So basically, we start off as this center pip, and we can clear any same colored ones. But if we touch one that's not the same color, it switches us for that color, and we take damage, and we only have 2 hit points. AI ads are wild, sub Twitch gang. Hey, Yumali talks. I do I even want to know what the ad was? So now we're red, so we can't touch any of the cyan pucks. I don't know, dots, whatever you want to call them. But we can go to the red corner, which resets our hit points. We beat that level. Now we're on to level 2. We wait for it to finish loading as it randomly rolls all these things. So, we can see that, we don't have any red that we can go to, but we can go to yellow. And when we destroy these, we get that life back. So that's good. Now we can go straight to green. It's going to switch us for green, and now we can get to the green corner. So I think the core idea is good. It needs some other things because it ends up being too easy. I don't think I ever got a game over. I think I just went right to level 20 and realized that it was going to just keep on going. So I think it's endless. I could definitely use some different game modes. Maybe trying to do it with the fewest number of moves. So whether it's attacks or switches, maybe have a move counter and you get more points the fewer moves you do. Actually, I think you could have 2 different game modes. You could have one where you try to clear the whole board, and you could have another where you try to clear as little as possible. And I think those are 2 valid ways to make the game fun. If you could do both in one game, that would be cool. So have one where you try to clear as much as the board as possible, and maybe your points are reduced by the number of things left on it. And then another one where each move is counted, and the fewest number of moves to get to the endpoint will get you the most points. Better if the square where the avatar is located is blocked and all the tiles are spawned at once with the help of the timer. Overall, it's nice and fun. Oh, did you were able to run out while it was spawning? Human Talks redeemed an Oak Wizard staff. I'll make sure to get everything that I have to send out today, and I'll let Panda know that there are some pending rewards to claim. Yeah, so anyway, I think this was a cool base concept, and I just wanted there to be more mechanics to make it a bit more engaging, because after the first 5 levels, I was like, okay, I get it. And it wasn't really hard anymore. And I went to at least level 20. And was just I wanted there to be more to do. Oh, hey Paul, you're here. So yes, good work, and good core idea, just like the last game we looked at. I like the foundation of what's going on, and I think there's just a few mechanics that could be added or adjusted in there to really make it something that's kind of almost addictive to come back to. All right, and then our last honorable mention was Kaiju Overload. Kaiju Override. This was another one where it was spamming keys, and I like the story and the presentation in this game, but my hands were just so tired of spamming keys by the end of this game jam. This was I needed an insurance policy for my wrists. So we've got this cool like Game Boy, like OG Game Boy color palette going on. And graphically, the presentation's really nice. There was what I was able to escape the simulation, kind of like Pacific Rim, I guess. But we got to fill up this bar, so it's going to say which key we need to spam. So we got to spam the one key, and we have to hit it 50 times before it's too late. Now, this really just means spam it as fast as possible. It doesn't tell us, really, unless we... Like, we can see if we did it or not, but it doesn't show us how close we are to it. So I just spam the 2 key as fast as I can until I see the white bar move on. Oh, and it beat me. It went faster than I could. 3 keys. Spam as fast as possible. And we did it that time. You don't need to keep on spamming. It doesn't help to over spam, because you can spam like in the off time. You can spam all of them at once, but the numbers reset to 0 when it's the next turn, so it doesn't really help at all. So we get a win, and then we get a few days later. So I think the story presentation was pretty cool as we go through each stage of this. There was one point where it let me run around, and I think it was accidental. I don't think I was supposed to ever gain control of the character, but I was able to just like run around the whole map and see all these things like to the side, which was kind of funny. So anyway, this was really neat, and as a story, I don't know how I feel about the key spamming. I would rather like a quick time event where you have to like type an order of keys. So if it could be something like if you ever played Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Brothers World, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. The title is something like that. There was some mini games, and there was a mini game where there was this bubble or balloon that would bounce back between you and an enemy, and you had to input keys like, you know, up, down, left, right, A, B, and input them faster than this little timer bar would go. And if you did that successfully, then you'd bounce the bubble back to the enemy, and at some point the bubble would eventually pop. So it was like hot potato, and you could like be slower to send it back if you wanted the bubble to grow bigger, or you could go faster and like just like get it out of my hands and like keep on giving it back to them. So you kind of had to balance your choice there. I think that would be a much better, more complicated to set up, but instead of spamming a single number key over and over again, which is kind of physically tiring, I would rather see like press 1 2 3 4 5 or 3 2 4 5 1 or something like that, and have it be like input that faster than a little timer, to be was your attack successful, or who successfully did the attack. So something like that I think would be would make me want to come back and play this again. But as it is, even as cool as this all looked, I did not want to. I don't want to replay through all of this because it's just tiring on my fingers. Anyway, visually loved it, and I thought the story was cute. Did a good job with like music transitions and stuff like that too. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can run around during any of the battle, I guess. So I would lock the player in so that way they can't accidentally not see the bar. And I don't remember how exactly I escaped. I think maybe just one of the spaces was not as well locked in. Oh, there we go. So we can go and break the game. As one does. So yeah. And then you can sequence break the game a bit. So there's an opportunity for a speed run in there, like how fast you could beat the game, skipping multiple bosses. All right, let's see who our top 10 are. So in 10th place, and I'll read back at the end. I'll read what they all were. So in 10th place we have Ixura with Mega Defense No Escape. This one I've been seeing a lot of on Twitter. I think people were really enjoying this one. And it's a good bit of fun. We did play it on stream before. So I won't play it for very long, but people were really enjoying this shooter. If I can, I think I skipped it. Oh, here it is. So congratulations, Ixura. 10th place. And I think this is another one where it makes sense for some of the guns to be one click, one shot, like the rifle and the hand cannon and the sniper rifle. But I think for the heavy machine gun, I kind of wish I could just hold it down. And I think that the biggest struggle in this is just kind of a sandbox limitation with first person stuff is that we can't really control the mouse sensitivity as accurately as we might want to. Like it would be nice to have like an aim down sight where it would be the mouse would be less sensitive, so we can have more accurate and nuanced movement, but that's not really a thing that we can do in the sandbox. And I think I gave some feedback on things that could be used to enhance the game. Obviously, this is I think probably the best gun here. Sometimes if I do it right, I can hit 2 with 1 shot. I think it's was it the rifle? Can't hit the back row very well. I would say that makes more sense for this gun probably, not being able to hit the back row. A rifle should be able to reach the end of a beach. But there is a SIP proposal. Is Xur still here? I think I saw them in the chat earlier. There is a proposal on the DAO site to fund further development of this, with ideas for how it could be expanded. So definitely go check that out on the DAO. I would love to see this worked on further and see how it can be improved upon. Xur is on their phone. Okay, well, congratulations, Xura, for your 10th place win, and hopefully your SIP proposal gets some traction, and maybe we can see this game enhanced for future events and stuff. What we really need is single player leaderboard. That is, I think, a critical need in the sandbox for single player games to thrive, is having the leaderboard working. I think the highest wave I got to is 7 or 8. something like that. It starts getting really intense around, I think, level 6. I don't remember. Was there music before? Oh, hello. I said I wasn't going to play very far, but now I'm into it. So I think like the game's maybe like a little too fast paced for the sniper rifle to be very effective. I think I would be maybe more inclined to use the sniper rifle if there was like a sniping section of the game where like instead of having this full field of guys, if there was like more cover spots and maybe snipers like popped up in the windows there. Nah, I've been overrun. Is it voting stage? Music with low volume. Oh, okay. There was a bug. So okay, so you did have a sniper level. So, yeah, I think obviously a bug's not going to be great. You gotta, try to get those out of there. If there's a way you can figure out to work it back in, I think like a sniper shooting gallery would be really fun. Night mode too. Rifle range is short, is it's unlimited. So I would guess what would make sense in my head is instead of it being a rifle, it would be like a pistol or um, something, something like that. Um, I think having it be a pistol would also make more sense for how quickly you can shoot it. But yeah, it's um, that's just like what I think based on like other shooters that I've played, but is not like it's not like a rule. All right, in ninth place, we've got Vox Machina Studios with Krabby Party. Um, this this one is another cute Game Boy styled game. Really cute graphics. I think it kind of falls under the. I kind of wish it was just one thing. There were a few games. There were several games that had like multi arcade things where like there were multiple smaller games in one, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but if you're going to have multiple things, I want them all to work really well. And I think Vox Machina probably could have made a stronger game that was just one thing instead of multiple things. Cold Cuts and Cheese says the scope was awesome. I thought that looked cool too. Um, I think the difficulty, like I mentioned, is when you zoom in, it doesn't automatically change your like the DPI of your mouse. So if you have a mouse that can toggle DPI, that would be cool. Um, but having it be the same sensitivity as when you're not zoomed in. Like for me, my screen's big enough. I don't actually need to zoom to see those guys. And because the mouse movement's not any more accurate, it all it does is really kind of narrow my visual field for being able to see more of what's going on. And that's just kind of a sandbox limitation more so than an issue with the way the game's set up. I don't remember the princess being giant. So we got 3 different mini games here. We got Pop the Ball, Rock, Paper, Pinch, and Claws Out. Touch balls to pop them for points, avoid ammonites or slow you down. I did play on normal for all of these to beat the game, but I'm going to play on easy just because they're streaming. So... This is... If I remember correctly, I think my score on this one was like 10,000. Even on normal. I got really far. Does it save my high score? No, it doesn't. I don't know if they didn't turn on saving, or maybe it just didn't work. But I'm kind of sad that I can't see what my high score was because this one was really easy. Like because the ammonites don't actually do any damage, the reduction in speed is not that bad. Like even with the slow on, I could still make it all the way across. So, I felt like this one needed more challenge. This particular one needed more challenges, even on normal. But it was just a little bit too easy. But still very cute. I think I got... Wait, what do I need for the last shell? It says I've earned 2 out of 3 shells, but I think I get a shell for every 100 points, right? I'm confused. Oh, is it because I'm playing on easy I only get 2 shells? Alright, and now I think something broke because I'm not it's not sending me back to the menu. Interesting. I'm like, I don't understand what happened. The 9999 version of Mario? I'm not familiar with that one. Cursing at the modder when you tried persistence. Well, I think you really just need the persistence on the variable for the high score, and then just when you the next time you play, like it's okay if everything else resets, but it'll show you what your previous high score was. This one was the hardest one for me. There were a couple times where I felt like I kind of got trapped. So we're playing rock paper scissors, and we have to pinch the hands that have paper, pinch the paper hands, right? Just like in crypto. And sometimes I would get trapped to one side, which was always tough. So my general rule of thumb was to not no, I missed it. Try to keep myself in the middle and not let myself get stuck out on the sides with a fist. So like I'm here, don't stay here and let a fist come down on top of me. Try to always stay here. That ended up being my strategy. So that way I wouldn't get trapped between a rock and a rock. Whoop. See, there I had 3 down, and the last one was coming down on top of me. I'm not sure where I could have actually gone to avoid that. So that one was definitely tougher. I had no bugs when I played this one the first time. I don't know why it's not sending me back to the menu now. It worked perfectly fine when I was playtesting. And then the third game, Claws Out. This one, I immediately lost the first time, and then I understood it. Like, I didn't really understand what I was trying to do until, yeah. See, what after I realized you see his wind up, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. And now I pinch. So not typically the kind of game that I would play. I love the visual presentation. I think it's really cute, and I like the amount of variety. But this is not the kind of retro game that I would go for typically. I'm thinking about what I'm saying instead of actually playing the game. What I did really like is that Mustachio here changes as he gets more damage. You can start seeing him become a little more disheveled and broken up, which I thought was really a cute touch. It reminds me of Super Meat Boy a little bit, the way he's just got like the one squinty eye. Oh, I got the third shell without killing him. It was inspired by a Final Fantasy VII 3D brawler in a way. I've still not played Final Fantasy VII. We're still funny enough, I was going to do Final Friday yesterday and play Final Fantasy 3, except the last time I played Final Fantasy 3, we got totally trashed by the boss, the final boss of the game, and I realized I needed to grind a bunch. But I'm at the stage where grinding is really just leveling up the jobs, and I've got, I think it's like 15 jobs each for all 4 characters, and you have to get them all to level 99 in every job to get the one of the achievements in the game, which is just a slog. It's like I don't know, like a 50-hour slog of just battle after battle after battle after battle, and they don't even have to be hard battles. They can be easy battles because there's no, it's a very like weird linear way that the job experience progression goes. So I just made a script. I know this sounds like cheating, but it's really all I was doing. I was like watching a movie and just going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Battle starts, and then it auto battles in the game itself, and then I just have to spam A to get through the. You got so much XP. You got so much gil. You leveled up on this. End battle. Then left, right, left, right, left, right. A. Left, right, left, right, left, right. A. So I was like, this is dumb. So I set up a script to do it for me. And I went to bed last night and my characters each have over 3,000 HP and none of them had lost more than 100 HP in 9 hours. And they had gotten each of their respective jobs up to level 99. So if I just run this script every night for the next week and a half, I will get all my jobs to level 99. That's the stupid grind of Final Fantasy 3. I don't know why it's made this way, but it's kind of dumb. So that's what I did. Instead of streaming Final Fantasy 3 last night and letting you watch me spam through these fights for 4 hours, I was like, I'm gonna let it grind itself out, and then I will actually play through the final boss on stream. So the things we do for achievements. All right, so that was Krabby Party by Vox Machina Studios. Thank you, Cold Cuts and Cheese, for your game. That was 9th place. In 8th place, we have Undying by Alamea Studios. This is basically a Doom, or more like Wolfenstein clone. And it has the same left click issue. I think this is where it really stood out to me the most. Well, there's a couple games where it stood out, but this was another one where I really wish the attack was middle click instead of left click, just because of the way the Game Maker makes you stop moving. So it makes things like strafing and running around really tough. But I do really like the game. I think it's a really strong shooter in the sandbox. Where did I? Oh wait, it's up at the top, I think. Here it is. All right. So, as you can see, it looks just like Wolfenstein. It's like the textures of Doom in the level design of Wolfenstein, and they even have billboarding items. They use the speaker component to make them follow you around. Totally unnecessary to the gameplay, but it just makes it look right, which I thought was awesome. They also have this really disjointed animation. But you can see that I totally stopped moving to fire, which I don't like. The whole appeal of Wolfenstein and Doom is the unbridled speed of those games, being able to run through and blast. And the fact that I stop movement every time I click really slows down the pace of the game. I think that this game would have been in my top 3 if it, personally in my top 3, maybe even top 3 of the Game Jam for the other judges. I don't know what their feelings were on it. But if I didn't stop moving every single time I pull the trigger, that would have made a huge difference for me. We got destructible crates. I don't need any more health right now. So the pace picks up a little bit later on because there's more enemies around, and then you get stuff like the shotgun and a rifle, which are more powerful, obviously. So exploding barrels do cause damage. It's a little bit difficult in the early levels to get the enemies near the exploding barrels. So at first I thought that they didn't actually do anything, but in the more crowded levels, the barrels definitely do damage to enemies and are very strategically useful. Do I have to eliminate all of them, or can I just, I wonder, I did clear the whole game, so I beat every enemy, but I wonder how much I can just kind of run past these guys. I think that would be the funny telling thing. Does it actually look like I have to, maybe I do have to do a murder on these guys. So no pacifist run, I don't think. 5% says if it wasn't for the fire mechanics, be a good Doom adaptation. Yeah, I agree. Like I think that's the main thing, is that the pacing slows way down, not being able to run and shoot at the same time. I guess I do have to. Yeah, now it unlocks. And so we I think the level design is pretty good. We got variety in all this. So I'm not going to play further into this just because it is pretty slow paced at the start. And I think that is the weakest drawback. But if you have a chance to play this, you like old shooters like Doom and Wolfenstein, it is pretty fun up till the end. Also, the boss fight, I think I did it wrong. I cheesed it. The boss fight, I stayed at the spawn and just started shooting him, and he never came to attack me, and I beat him in like 5 seconds. So I think that maybe wasn't intentional. So I don't know, maybe try running around in the boss fight. It might be more fun at the end, but I was surprised that I beat him so quickly and easily. There we go. Now we get the shotgun. So yeah. Anyway, really, really good. The biggest thing I think that would immediately make the game fun, more fun, is to switch the left click to middle click. I know not everybody has a middle click, but I feel if you're playing in the sandbox, that you need to get yourself a mouse with a middle click, and a scroll wheel. I think that should be anticipated. Most mice have a scroll wheel with a middle mouse now anyway. I can't remember last time I used a computer that didn't have a middle mouse with a scroll wheel. The shotgun, the power on the shotgun feels a little bit wrong. Like, I don't know if it's not spreading the attack enough, or maybe it should be doing more damage. It feels like it should be a one-shot kill with the zombies, and it's not. So I actually end up, I would expect to play more of the game with the shotgun, and I end up playing a lot of it with the pistol, just because the pistol kills them almost as fast, if not the same speed. So, yeah. And then there's this guy. It's annoying. Oh no, I died. Actually, I don't think I ever died when I played this the first time. Anyway, that was 8th place, Undying with Alamea Studios. Hey, Daddy Mufasa, how's it going? Yeah, the game jams are very competitive. We got some really great entries in here. All right, and all right, congratulations to Biverson with SandX. You came in 7th place. If I can find it. Here we go. Did I pass it? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, I don't think I went down far enough. All right, we got rules, we got weapons. Um, One thing I wasn't really clear on is it possible that you can downgrade your weapons? Like, is it possible that it felt at one point like I picked up a power up that was maybe like a drop down, and I wasn't sure if that was intentional or maybe I misunderstood what happened. Um, there's a whole bunch of story here, but then we got this. So this was another one. I'm not sure how feasible it is. But this was another one where I felt like in similar games, I usually just hold down attack instead of clicking attack. And it feels less like I need to spam the controls. Just because after 5 or 10 minutes of playing, it just my finger gets tired of the constant clicking. I was one of my initial criticisms of the game was going to be that there needed to be more enemy variety, because even though these guys have different colors sometimes, they look mostly the same. But then when I got to the next level, there was more enemy variety, so I figured it was just like, for this first stage, I did appreciate that there was more different kinds of enemies when you get to the next level. It is possible. Yeah, I know, like, depending on how you set up the fire mechanics, I know sometimes it's easier to do like a one click, one attack, than it is to do a hold down attack. So just I think for the sake of my finger tendons, an auto fire option would be greatly appreciated. But otherwise, I think this was a really good presentation of a scrolling shooter. I got to see your work a little bit in the process of developing it, and I think it came along really well. And I like how it's difficult to judge level design on things like this because there's not like terrain to like think about how it goes, but I think what counts for level design in something like this is like, do we see patterns emerging? And I think seeing gaps like this is a good thing. Um, it means that there's kind of a repetition that leaves gaps for the player to maneuver. It's a little bit tight, but I think overall good. I can't get to that. The bomb's pretty cool. I do like the bomb. Ah, no. 1% health. What's really nice is how smoothly this runs, and I know that was something specifically that you were working on. Was trying to get this to have a very clean and smooth gameplay, and I think that was well accomplished in this. But there's not any moments where there's like huge drops in frame rate or things that feel like out of place. I think that this works effectively, looking, exactly like what it's supposed to be. Ah. All right. Why is the coin pumping? Nobody knows. Nobody knows why coins go up and down. Is it pumping? I didn't even look. Never seen auto fire in classic airplane games. By Iverson, you've also not seen them use a mouse. So I would say that if the thing that makes like auto fire work, or not auto fire, but not having it be manual fire in those games, is that they're a button. They're a physical button that you use your whole arm to press. Like you can tap with your wrist, but I know that games like that, I tend to move my whole arm from the elbow and just go as I tap the button. Um, the motion of clicking a mouse is very straining when you are constantly pressing it for 10 minutes. So I would say that switching it to fully keyboard, making your attack, I would say use WASD and then use 9 for fire and 0 for bomb or something like that. And that would be great. Oh, went up 28%. Nice. 15 cents. Cool. Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody controls that. That's just what the market does market things. Nobody has a button that they press that makes it happen. So um you could say it could be the declining of the dollar, could be something that the Fed decided to do. Um that there's the it could be the devaluing of the US dollar. It could be positive sentiment towards Ethereum, could be positive sentiment towards Sand. Um da, 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 da. So, yeah, no, I don't know why it's pumping. I'm into art and game design. I'm not a coin person, so you know, I say yay, it's up. um, but yeah, so I like I said earlier, I think that the two biggest things is I would like to see more auto firing and more using the keyboard buttons instead of the mouse buttons when it makes sense. Um, for just the sake of my poor aging, falling apart, arthritic arms. uh, I think there there are games that had auto firing. I'm trying to think if oh, what was it? There's a specific game that I'm thinking of. Um, mm, so 1943 had a temporary auto fire. Um, there's a specific game that I'm trying that you flew left and right, and there was like a warp. Um, but I think the biggest thing is just that it had a large physical button, um, and was uh, not a mouse click, just because the physical difference in what you have to do to click a mouse button. Um, so it's not that I dislike manual fire for the control. Um, I dislike it for the repetition. Um, I think it's mostly a physical ability issue for me, and not a I don't feel like I'm losing control, because you can still lift your hand off the button. You can still choose whether you're pushing the button or not pushing the button. It's it's mostly it's mostly about the mouse buttons. I think I think yeah, the majority of my complaint is that it's on the mouse and not on a keyboard button. If it was on a keyboard button, it would be fine. Um, it's just that I get a lot of strain through here, and I know that I'm not the only person that happens to. And I play a lot of first person shooters that have manual fire, but with those manual fire games, you're not shooting constantly for 10 minutes. Um, Whereas with a scrolling shooter like this, you are shooting constantly for 10 minutes. Um, Same thing with um, what was the other game that had the Doom one's okay because you can't click that fast anyway, and you're using the mouse for aiming. Um, and there's gaps in between having to shoot the enemies. Um, there was another one that we played earlier. that had that I said needed to have an auto shoot. I don't remember which one it was. Um, Maybe not one of the ones that we played. Um, Mega Defense No Escape. When it's it makes sense to have the one fire click on the rifle, but I don't think it makes sense to have it on the machine gun. I've been old. None of you have known me since before I was 30. But really, it is just about it being on the mouse. And Biverson, like I said, I had I played all what there were 50 entries, 40 47 entries, and a bunch of them had this clicking issue. Playing all of these games over the course of like 3 days, um, you know, it's more physically demanding on one specific tendon through my arm. And that a lot of people my age start having to get surgery for carpal tunnel and stuff like that. So, yeah, I switch it to a keyboard button. See, the music didn't bother me at all. You told me that all the games had the same song, and I don't even know which one you were talking about. Because I didn't even notice. So, I think your ears are getting old. Let's see. And in what number are we on? 6? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. In sixth place, we have Mass Pepper with the Unsealed Legend. But honestly, switch it to a keyboard button. That's it's one click basically, to change it. So I'd say that would, for me personally, it would have raised your game at least a point. If it had been on a keyboard button instead of a mouse button. What do you mean it's not practical? You only use one button anyway. I'd say that it is more like an arcade configuration to use WASD and 9 and 0 than it is to use WASD and mouse. I think that actually puts your hands in a very similar position to where it would be if you're playing on an arcade cabinet. I wouldn't do it over 1, 2, and 3. I would do it on the opposite side, so that way your hands are spread across the keyboard. I forgot what I'm looking for. Numerical keys are more difficult to control. I 100% disagree with that. Like I said, I docked a point on playability because of it being on the mouse. I would say do it on the keyboard. You can make it optional. Like you could have both controls. You can have it be mouse and keyboard. You can send the same messages. Just have it. It's an accessibility reason, really. Let's see. Unsealed Legend. Did I pass it? Oh, it's right at the top. I think in a 2D arcade game, it's not more intuitive to use the mouse. I think for a lot of games, I think from like a game creator perspective, it's more intuitive to use the mouse because you're using the mouse to make the game. But from a player standpoint, I don't think that having played hundreds, if not thousands, of games, um, either as emulating retro games from like NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, and playing games online, Flash games, Java games, games made with Yo-Yo Games Game Maker, or what used to just be called Game Maker, um, and other RPG Maker games. Playing 2D games with just the keyboard is 100% intuitive for me, at least. Most of those games never used the mouse. Um, so I'd say that if you want to, leave the option in, having it be on both mouse and keyboard makes sense. Um, but I think the keyboard is the way that makes more sense from the type of game that it is, and what people would have experienced playing other games, and also physically is just a more comfortable way to play. All right. Let's see. I don't think I need the tutorial on this one. Oh, this is the Zelda one. So with this, I would say that again, having the attack be the left click is really detrimental. The mouse is not needed for this game at all, except for the attack. So if I could play this game without the mouse at all, I 100% would. I didn't even know these guys could damage me. They never attacked me the first time I played. There's a weird lag whenever you kill an enemy, and I don't know what's causing that. Yeah, right there. It freezes up whenever an enemy dies, and it's weird because it's after the drop spawns, and I don't know why. Like, usually I would expect the spawn of the drop to be the thing that is causing the delay, but for some reason it happens after. It's very strange. So I think the main issue that I had with this game was just the pacing. Again, it's kind of like the Doom thing, not being able to move while attacking. I've played the original Legend of Zelda many times. I think I've only beaten it twice, but I've at least started playing it a dozen times. So I'd say that as far as level design goes, it's good, makes sense. Why am I not healing? Oh, there we go. Let's press the wrong button. So the level design is good, but the attacking really kind of pulled me out of it. Space or Alt. Actually, I'd say that for a lot of them, I used Z and X because I was actually using the arrow keys to control movement. I grew up, so I didn't, this is my own weird, unique personal experience, but I didn't grow up having a console. So when I'd emulate games, I'd use the arrow keys to control, and then I'd use my left hand for Z and X, or ZX, A, and S, depending on whether it was a 2-button or 4-button controller on the keyboard. But I think, I think you're getting it stuck in your head that it has to be space or alt or something. Whereas most people can just, when they're told that this is the button you press, it's fine. What is a little bit weird on this one is the directional control. it's a good thing and a bad thing. I think it's good for a strange statement I'm about to make. What makes this better than The Legend of Zelda is that your direction with you can strafe with launching arrows. So because you use 1 and 2 to switch direction, you can move all around with your bow always facing the way that you want it to. Did that just go right through him, or did that do damage? Okay, it did the damage way behind him. What was a little bit strange on this is that none of these enemies move, which I found kind of surprising. I would expect there to be some movement from them. Whether they, slide side to side or they chase me around. I was a little bit surprised that they don't do any of that. So I just kind of am taunting to try to get him to use this sword, which he's not doing. There we go. So I can get my attack in. Oh, I got hit. It is difficult to time. The enemy attacks and your own attacks do feel like they don't 100% make sense. So I think there's some gameplay ability things that I'd like to see a bit smoother in this. But the level design worked well. I really enjoyed things like the breaking puzzle here. And yeah, I can't get over the fact of the switching left and right feeling kind of weird. But I think the main reason for doing it is to decide which side the attack is going to be on. What you can do is if you have objects on either side of the player, you can kind of sense if the player's sliding them around, but you do have to be careful about how you do that. What might have made more sense is to have the levels be a single screen and have this not be the actual player, but have the player in the middle of the room and basically standing on a controller. So if they move left or right, it determines which way the player is going to go. That can be not as smooth of a movement to set up, though. Yeah, I think like there's stuff I like about it, and there's stuff that I felt didn't quite feel right. It's kind of difficult to explain how it feels without just playing it. And yeah, it definitely did need more arrows. All right. And then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place, we have Not Animated with a Game Buddy Match. This was another game where I really liked it, but it wasn't hard enough. I felt that way about some of the stuff in Krabby Party and Tough Driving, and not Color Shifter. Click 'em Knock 'em. No, not Click 'em Knock 'em. Which one am I thinking of? Second Chance. Where I thought the mechanic was really good, but once I understood what was going on, there wasn't any challenge to it anymore. The difficult or the lack of difficulty with what we're about to play. Here we go. With Game Buddy Match, is that for the most part, you don't have to play the game. The game kind of plays itself because the matches happen so easily. So we can see it took me a little bit to figure out where it was. I was like, how do we know what color it is? And then I realized that this was changing color. So you got to pay attention to this button. I'd maybe make that bigger so it's easier to see. But we need to, you know, drop a blue and then it'll clear the blue ones. So we just got to wait for the arrow to be over. Maybe. Is it E or 1? Oh, it's right click. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. So what ended up happening for me is I got my score over 10,000 and then I just stopped playing and I just let it keep on going on its own, and the waves that were coming in were clearing it for me. So as you can see that they do kind of end up clearing themselves, especially if you get the white ones, or glowing ones. So I think I've only dropped 1 or 2 blocks right now. And for the most part, the game's kind of playing itself. So visually, great. I love the 80s laser background we got going on. Visually, everything's perfect. I think somehow, I don't know if this was maybe just not something that Not Animated didn't test for, or like didn't realize, but there's no ramping on the difficulty, and it doesn't get harder the more you play it. Like, it's not like you get like more numbers of colors, or like the drops accelerate in speed. I'd say maybe having like an unclearable block, or a block that only clears like when those white ones go off, would maybe make it more challenging. But it did take it did play itself for a really long time before I finally got a game over. Oh, they didn't quite touch. Right now I'm trying to fill it up. And it's clearing stuff. So I'm just spamming right click right now. Yeah, it's definitely really pretty. Not Animated always makes beautiful games. Not Animated is actually an artist out of California. I got a chance to meet him last was the event in Los Angeles before the new year? I think it was before the new year. I don't remember now. It might have been, it was either like January or December, right? It was a year ago, and I just don't remember which year it was in. I think it must have been January, because I think it was right on the on my work anniversary. You see, I've just been spam clicking for the most part, and you can see that most of the game cleared itself. So, I think it's the combination of the number of colors and I think it's probably the number of colors is just making it really easy for it to find matches. So maybe if there were just some other obstacles. Yeah, I really like this, and I would like it to be more engaging. But like I said, that what this would actually be kind of cool to do is just leave it playing in the background as like background decoration almost, because it is really pretty. But it's not difficult at all, which is I think the drawback here. I missed. I said 10,000. I'm already at 18,000, so I think I might have meant 100,000. I did play this for a really long time. Just because I was like having fun, and then I was like, this isn't really getting any harder, and then I just stopped playing and I realized that it was clearing itself. So anyway, it looks great, and I think the changes that could be made to make it more challenging wouldn't be too hard to accomplish, whether that's creating obstacle blocks or having certain sort of challenges or goals, like maybe you can't maybe there's like a timeout, like a timer that if you don't clear blocks fast enough, you like get a game over or something. It's something to accelerate it. But yeah, definitely it's like a really strong foundation that just needs a little bit more to make it really an addictive gameplay loop. All right, in fourth place, we've got Lightspeed Runner by the John Crow. One of the other judges commented to me that this is one of the most beautiful games that he's ever played in the sandbox. Did I skip it? I'm having the hardest time finding games today. There it is. All right, this game is dedicated to his father, who passed away while he was working on it. And it's another scrolling shooter. This one, I would say that while I love the visuals, for me personally, they're almost too intense. Like I think I could go with a little bit fewer stars. Just because as the levels progress, there you get a lot more on screen. And just my old eyes just start going a little bit haywire. But for the most part, it's fine. Still playable. I missed one. It's also what's interesting is the sound design in this. I don't know if you noticed, like we had this kind of Wild West ambience that almost kind of faded into this kind of dubsteppy tune, this little techno groove, and I think that was nicely and effectively done. to like transition the music. I'm not seeing the quests. Are there quests? I get an upgrade. Hey, John Crow, welcome back. And yes, congratulations. Oh, I missed. Oh, no, I still got it. I thought I missed that repair kit. Part of a window is covering up the chat box, so I can't see everything that you said, but I'll go back and read it in a minute. I just want to show people what it looks like when we get to warp, which is pretty cool. This is another one where I did appreciate that we can use middle click, so that way we can still move and fire at the same time. But it is another one where I think, you know, having an option to use the keyboard number buttons would also be effective, just for accessibility. It is physically easier to press a keyboard key than to press a mouse button. I don't know if we're gonna get to wait, automatic on 5. Wait, there is an auto fire option? Or I'm confused. What did that say on the screen? I thought I saw an automatic thing, and I don't I don't know what it was. What was that? What was that? There is an auto fire. Yay, never mind. I don't think I caught that last time. So now I don't have to, I can play with one hand now. So thank you for that. List of winners. I will list off the winners as soon as we get through the top 3. This is 4th place right now. So once I've revealed the top 3 winners, I will list off the names for all of them. The quest should show. So I think, did you have saving on the quests? Because I already beat the game, so I think maybe that's why I'm not seeing any quests. And there might have been so much going on that I might have missed the quest the first time. It does say it at the bottom. I might have not spotted that before, or maybe I did see it and thought, oh, that was cool at the time, and then forgot. Sometimes when you're playing so many games back to back, you can forget. Did I get defeated? I got defeated. Oh no! I was hoping to show people what the warp looked like. It's really cool. Didn't have saving for it. Okay, so I think there might have been a bug because I didn't see any quests pop up. Like on the side, or maybe I thought I tapped Q to try to see if they would show up or not. Anyway, I think everybody should go play that because it was really well done. And it looks really cool when you do warp speed. All right, in third place, we have, drum roll, if I can find it, Cosmic Survivor by Sanja. That's the bug where you need to exit out and in after each game. Oh, I mean, well, I have quests here. I don't know. All right, so we've got another shooter. This one is auto fire by default, and it has a nice little upgrade system with unlockables as you progress. So I think the visual presentation is not as strong as the John Crows here, but we do have this very nice upgrade system here, which is pretty cool. So we've got basically wingmen unlockables, and also these are the drones. And then we also have our ultimate laser beam, which we can upgrade. And also our main weapon can upgrade too. Which I like upgrading the main weapon first because it's the one that we most consistently fire, but I did not have that option. Starts off a little bit slower paced, but then we start getting some more intense upgrades. Oh, maybe there's not a main laser. No, there is a main laser upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Because I think it changes the shape of your laser. I just haven't seen it yet. Ah, here we go. Fire rate up. Yes, please. Not doing so hot. Ah! Why would... Ah! The HP drop was not in a spot I could get to. I don't remember how long it is to get to the UFO boss. I think it's level 10. Thank you for the form, Jazzwolf. That is our giveaway form. Everybody who fills that out who does not already have Wizzy the Orange's Singed Hat will get one as long as I have enough. First come, first served on that. And the drawing is for a Wizzy avatar. Yeah, level 10. Hey, Ardox Obeys, how's it going? don't remember how far I got in this. I know I didn't beat the game. I'm not sure how many levels there are total to this. I know I beat the UFO, but I'm not sure how long this keeps on going for. We can certainly get a lot of like wingman upgrades. Dark cold? I'm not sure what you mean, Ardux. Oh, the power came back on? That's good. I don't know what we would do without power where I am. That's our heat is gas heat, but it needs the power to run. So it would be very cold if we lost power. It's been below freezing the past couple days. It is well, it's just above freezing right now. Oh, I'm running out of health here. I would like to see some health upgrades. So the funny thing is, when I play games like this, I almost always go for offensive upgrades because I want to get rid of the enemies as fast as possible. But in this one, I feel like I'm missing defensive upgrades like, a higher max HP or health regen or. I mean, there are the health pickups and the defense pickups, which are good. But I do feel like I would be okay with occasionally one of these slots being a health option. No. I couldn't dodge between them. All right, that was pretty good, though. So that was Cosmic Survivor by Sanja. All right. In second place, we've got Meta Dash Strike by Kajoijid. I really liked the upgrade system. I mostly just I wanted there to be some sort of health or defense upgrade in there. Meta dash strike. Is it? Oh wait, this might have been one that was on the map. Was this the one that was on the map? No. Oh, here it is. So when I played the first time, I played as Astro Meow, but I found it was actually kind of hard to see what enemy stuff I was attacking because of the orange color. So I'm going to go with Cosmic Ray. So I think what kind of set this one apart is that they have enemies that follow you around, which I don't think any of the other ones did, which is interesting. We're also, I think, earlier to a boss fight. One of the things to watch out for is that if there's not like a boss fight every couple of minutes, it can start to feel like the game is dragging a bit. I've noticed that with some of the more recently created scrolling shooters that I've played, is that boss fights are pretty quick to happen. Oh, that came back at me. I generally am in favor of bosses having health bars, though. Either having visible damage on the boss or a health bar, so that way I know that what I'm doing is effective. The upgrade happens on the playing field? Did it? I felt like it paused when I was upgrading. Maybe I didn't see it, or maybe I just got lucky, but I remember specifically looking to see if I was losing health while upgrading, and I didn't notice I was losing health. And I felt like I was left in vulnerable positions when upgrading sometimes, where I would have expected to lose health, and I didn't. That bomb did not... Or was that a bomb or an upgrade? I think that was an upgrade. Yeah, ow, darn it. There we go, finally. I don't actually know what touched me there. I guess maybe I was just too close to that eyeball. Upgrade happens on the playing field, and while you're choosing, you're being killed. Did I understand the mechanics correctly? Um, no, I'm pretty sure it paused. All right, so that was second place with Meta Dash Strike, and then in... Oh, sorry. Am I looking at the wrong thing? that was second place with Meta Dash Strike. I had navigated away to the wrong page. And then in first place, we have Keybound Dungeon by Toby and Craft. Toby, are you here? This one I felt out of all the platformers felt the most platformy, for lack of a better word. Like the platforming felt the smoothest in this one, I think. Oh, here we go. So it is showing up here because they've been, with permission, that they've been working on getting published on the map. But it was reviewed before it was updated. Actually, I don't know that they made any changes on the update. I think it's just because of the way they pushed it to the map. So we start off with the double jump. I did feel like this could have been longer. I know that there's only so much time. But there were some aspects of this that reminded me of like Super Meat Boy and probably mostly like Super Meat Boy. Obviously, you're not having like the wall jumping, sticking that goes on in that game, but I think with the double jump, it's kind of like that. But we've got these nice sort of little puzzles in it too, with having to push these crates around. And this game managed to avoid any issues with forward and backward motion. That happens a lot with platformers in the sandbox, is that sometimes you get misaligned front to back, and I didn't experience any of that in this one. But I think smooth controls was definitely what worked the best for this. And then we've got a spinning saw blade chasing us. I think that's when I was like, oh yes, Super Meat Boy. I know how this goes. That was one of the very first boss levels, Super Meat Boy. Ooh, oh no! Bye, Iverson. Wait. Oh, where'd the crate go? Oh, it gets stopped by the... I didn't realize it got stopped by those. I think I got lucky the first time and it went straight through. Or, oh no, I guess it only goes so far. Oh, I jumped too soon. No. I know. Why did I fall off? Mm. There we go. Oh, why did I click easy? I beat it on hard before. The boss itself wasn't too hard. I think there was one specific jump I struggled on. I didn't mean to click easy, but oh well. So, despite Byverson's noted complaints, I think what worked really well in this game was that it was just fun. It was shorter than I'd like it to be. I'd like the levels to keep going on. I could easily play several worlds full of this, some different stylistic things. I think the level design was smooth and fun, and I could have done with more challenges. So just keep on developing this one out and keep on adding more levels and expanding on it. I think the core gameplay of it's really fun. So to recap, hey Mithril Art Studio, how's it going over there on YouTube? Good morning, Sand Famine Wizzies. Our honorable mentions were Color Shifter by Happy Gamer 22, Vector Monster by Greaterwork Studio, Tough Driving by Tamachans, Missy Missile by Jester Animation, Click 'em Knock 'em by Andy Graga, Second Chance by Life Made Me, and Keybreaker Kaiju Override by Ima Nobita. And then our top 10, going from 10th to 1st, was Mega Defense No Escape in 10th. 9th place was Krabby Party by Vox Machina Studios. 8th place was Undying by Alamea Studios. 7th place was Sand X by Yet's Gym Games. 6th place was The Unsealed Legend by Mass Pepper. 5th place was Game Buddy Match by Not Animated. 4th place was Light Speed Runner by The John Crow. 3rd place was Cosmic Survivor by Sanja. 2nd place was Meta Dash Strike by Kajoijid. And 1st place was Keybound Dungeon by Toby and Craft. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on what is my last stream in the Sandbox officially for now. Would be grateful to anybody who wants to follow and subscribe over on my personal channel. I will be streaming more there on a weekly basis, both Sandbox stuff and other stuff, Wizzyverse stuff especially. We've got a giveaway to roll. So I see 42 responses. I'm sure a bunch of those are people who already have orange hats. But anybody in this list who do not have an orange hat will be getting an orange hat. This was the last distribution of orange hats that I'm doing. I might actually burn the rest. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Or I may just use them in games as like pickups. Can I play the Arctic Signal game? It's already 4 o'clock, so I've been going for 3 hours. Which one was that? Arctic Signal Defense. Was this the one with the sliding laser that goes up and down? I think, if I remember correctly, I really like to insert coin here at the start. This was one. Yeah. Okay. This is the one that I thought it was. So, I think it's a good start. The problem is that it is too easy. So, if you just spam click here, you can't lose. So it's really just an endurance game of how much you can left click. I never used a missile. I think it's press 4, right, to use a missile. Yeah, I never used a missile the first time I played it. So the difficulty here is that the weapon, that your primary weapon, is too strong. So if I just stay like this, you can, as far as I know, you can beat the whole game. I don't think I went to, I at least got bronze and silver. I don't remember how far I went. I don't think I went to diamond. But I kind of got the feeling that it wasn't going to change. So yeah, it's, I would say that the way that other games have dealt with this same sort of setup is that instead of going up and down like this does, have it be a rotational thing and have it be in the middle. So it's like missile command, where you're shooting out from the center and you have to angle it right. And that would be a much more interesting challenge, I think. But right now we are effectively just a wall of fire that enemies can't get past. And if you're clicking fast enough, even like you can see that they do stop when they hit the enemy, but we're firing so many that it doesn't matter. So we can fire too quickly. So if you made it fire more slowly, then you would have to time your shots with the up and down, so that way you can effectively hit them. But right now we're just laying down a wall of fire that's impermeable, basically. So I think it's a good start, but just one of those things that you encounter a player who can kind of see how the mechanics work, and they, like me, and they just go like, oh, I do this and I can win. So yeah, I would just have like a different firing mechanic, either rotational from the center, or just space out the fire so you can't lay down this wall. And I think it'll be a much more engaging experience. All right, so we've got a giveaway form to do. So let's hit our random number generator and see who wins a Wizzy. We've got where'd the form go? Here it is. So I'll be sending out all the orange hats tonight. So you should, if you filled out the form and you don't already have an orange hat, you should be getting it tonight. And then we've got 43 entries, so a number between 2 and 44, and 29 is the roll, which is Pert 3000 over on Twitter. Hey, we don't usually see Twitter winners. You just won a Wizzy. Let's see if I can mint him. Let's see if it's working now. Pert, are you still watching over on Twitter? Let's see if I can get this working. So, Lambdoff is going to be pushing an update to the website. Basically, instead of having the hat auto update the count, which seems to be where the issue is, it's going to update just when you refresh. So when you load this page, it'll show how many are minted. So there's 406 minted right now. Uh-oh, hope they didn't leave. Well, we didn't. I didn't say that there was a requirement that they had to stick around for this one, but it's over. It's over on Twitter, so sometimes people don't hang around the whole time. It is funny that they filled out from Twitter because I didn't share the form on Twitter, so maybe they were watching not from Twitter, and they just they clicked the link. Um, Coyote Jester, glad you got a honorable mention on stream. Yes, I'm glad that you did as well. And I enjoyed what you made. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yes, so please, if you want, follow me on Twitch at Kamisazi. That's where I will be doing all my future streams. And make sure you follow Panda Pops too. Jazzwolf, can you share Panda Pops Twitch as well? Because you can watch Panda Pops over on her Twitch as well. Um, all right, we're gonna try it. Invalid mint amount. Yep, there's no more Sandbox streams scheduled right now. That may change at some point, but there's none scheduled for the rest of the year right now. So thank you for tuning in. Still connecting to Polygon. I think it's an issue with MetaMask and Polygon, honestly, because I don't know what is Polygon's RPC URL. RPC. Polygon chain. Getting started. Polygon RPC. Polygon-rpc.com. That is what it says it's supposed to be. Could not fetch the chain ID. I notice it looks like the requests are dropping on Polygon. If you look at the endpoint here, it's from averaging 10,000 to it dropped off. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Let me try something real quick. Let me see if I can fix it. What do I think about adding orange hats to my channel for channel points if some of them remain? Well, I did already say that this would be the last stream where you could grab them, and I've been giving them away for a long time. So I kind of want to do something new. Hey, Temio. You tried to send me some poll. Thank you, Red Lily Rose. So I think that there might be some issues with the RPC. Let's see. There are some alternative ones. I can try Anchor maybe. So let me see if just doing that fixes it. Cannot fetch a chain ID. I guess I'll have to mint it later because I'm not finding it. So I don't know. I'll talk to Lambdoff and see if maybe there's another way that we can look at this issue. Anyway, thank you for joining in with me today on this last Sandbox stream. I will be sending out those orange hats and that spoin tonight. And keep on playing the games, keep on joining in on the Wizzyverse Discord. I'll see you around on there and follow me on Twitter and stuff. I'm not going anywhere, just stream's done for now. So thank you for 6 years of fun streaming. Probably close to 500 streams. I tried doing the math, and some weeks I did more streams, some weeks I did fewer streams. But it's definitely at least 1,000 hours if you count all the like 8-hour and 24-hour streams and all that stuff. So definitely been 1,000 hours of streaming. Anyway, bon voyage to myself, I guess. I don't know. I'll see you around. And let's see if there is anybody that we can raid. Let's see who's online. No, I don't want a Domino's ad. I want to see who I could raid maybe. And none of the people that I follow are online, so we will skip that unless somebody knows somebody. Stay in touch. Yep, you guys know how to reach me. End of an era. Yep. It is. It's been a ride. All right. Thank you, everybody. I will see you on my own stream on Wednesday. We'll say that. Play Game for Fun. Is Play Game for Fun streaming right now? I saw a PGA 4F. Oh, the stream viewer count. Yeah, who had Play Game for Fun? What was your count for how many streams you watched? I didn't see when it said. Who had the highest view streak? 138. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you around.